Hi guys, today I thought it would be fun to do a little story time. I've never done that before. Hopefully I do this right, but I'm pretty sure it's just telling a story about something, and I thought that I would just get ready for the day while I was doing it. I've been getting a lot of questions about my tattoo. I got this tattoo right here on my wrist. It's kind of like hard to see. I mean, mostly I wanted to see it looking down like this, and so that's why I positioned it here, but I noticed like you don't really see it that often, which is fine, but I really love it. So I thought that it would be fun to kind of talk to you guys about it and tell you why I got it and what it is, because I get a lot of questions about that too. So that's what we're gonna do today. Also, slamming doors will be happening. Children will probably be entering. A lot of commotion will be happening because that is just the reality of what's happening right now. I will list all the products down below so that I'm not taking time to like talk about each product. Oh, hi, Bray. What's wrong? What? Okay, I'm filming a video.
I fell and I hit my leg so hard.
At the same time?
No, you want to see? Look and try to teach me close.
Look, I'm filming a video.
They don't care.
Okay, well, I'm talking. Okay, I'm telling them about my tattoo. When I first got my tattoo, I didn't know if I would really talk about it because, God, like 5 years ago, I got my eyebrows tattooed on. This was before I had them microbladed. I got them microbladed a couple of years ago, but had them tattooed on first. And I just think that it's so easy to have them on your face if you have light colored hair like I did. It just takes so much time out of like putting them on. And I wanted to share. And I was not expecting, hi Gage. Okay, I'm filming a video, guys. What's up? Oh, not right now. Thank you. Later.
Love you.
Love you. Oh, Winston's calling my name. Okay. Anyways, I got my eyebrows tattooed on and I shared that, and I was seriously shocked by the comments that I got, saying that I was a terrible example, that it was so awful that I would get tattoos, and just went on, and I felt terrible. I was like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have shared this. I didn't know I was being such a bad example. I thought it would just be helpful. I don't feel like tattoos are bad, and I especially don't think like cosmetic tattoos are bad. I don't know. I was just really shocked by that. And so that's the biggest reason that I wasn't going to share that I had gotten a tattoo or really address it or talk about it. I was just gonna like let it be. Because the thing that I worry about most when I share things here or on Instagram or anywhere is that I'm being a bad example. I am so worried all of the time that I'm gonna be a bad example. But the truth is that I really love tattoos. I think that they're beautiful. I love seeing other people's tattoos and seeing, you know, what they felt would express them. And I don't know, I love hearing stories behind why people get tattoos. I just always thought that they were really beautiful. And I don't know if that's because I was never really taught or told that tattoos were bad. And my mom has a couple of tattoos or a few tattoos, and I've always kind of wanted one, but I never felt like I could commit to something. And that was the biggest reason that I didn't get one until I was in my 30s. Last year we were hiking all the time and camping all the time, and we were just outdoors and we were together a lot, and that time felt more precious because I'm watching my kids grow so quickly and I'm watching them get busier and busier. Braylee definitely had limited time with us throughout the summer because she has cheer, and I'm just watching this happen. And so the time that we have together feels even more precious to me than it ever has before. So we were always outside, and every time we go outside and every time we go on a walk or every time we go on a hike, the kids would pick dandelions and they would blow on them and make wishes. One day I was like, what if I got a dandelion with the little petals floating away, representing me and then representing my kids? Because the thought of that is, you know, that they're a part of me and that I wish huge things for them. You know, when you blow on a dandelion, you're making a wish, and all of my wishes now are for them. And I love watching them blow on a dandelion and make wishes, and you know, that's so magical to me, and it's so magical to kids, and I just love that. Another part of that is you make a wish and you blow it and then you watch it fly away. on this little journey, and then it plants and grows somewhere, and then this cycle keeps happening. So that was my plan. I found a beautiful picture of a dandelion with the little petals floating. Is that what you would call them? Little petals? You know what I mean. See how much easier this is to have your eyebrows done? This is why I wanted to share that info. Anyway, so I found this amazing girl. She does single needle. I love how the single needle looks, and I booked an appointment with her in September. She was booked out until December, so I knew that I would have time to think about it. If I changed my mind for whatever reason, I would have time to really know that this is what I wanted to do. Casey doesn't like tattoos, and so that was something that was kind of making me a little hesitant. I was like, oh, but he was like, you should do whatever you want to do. If it's what you want to do, who cares what I think? And so the day came, and the reason that I told you that is because I was freaking out the whole time I was on my way. So the girl that I went to was in Utah. I live in Idaho, and it was like a 3-hour drive. I was freaking out the whole time. I was like, am I making a mistake? Should I be doing this? I don't know. Should I change my mind? Should I turn around? I could pull over. And I called Casey, and he was like, Kayli, you've been wanting to do this. Like, it's your decision. Don't let anything else affect it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because I was just like, is this a mistake? And he was like, stop. So I was very, very thankful for that phone call. I kept going, and I don't know if when exactly I decided, but I decided not to do the dandelion, to only do the petals, because I was like, I don't think I can commit to a tattoo that big. So that's what I ended up doing. Didn't hurt at all. I was so surprised. I actually watched her do it because it felt like nothing. She didn't numb it or anything. I just think because it was like a really small tattoo and it was a single needle, that it did not hurt. Maybe my adrenaline was going a little too, but it really didn't hurt. It didn't take very long, and I was so happy after. And I don't know, it means a lot to me, and my kids mean a lot to me, and obviously, like, you know, I hope that we'll always be together. I hope that we'll always be close, but I just felt like it was a beautiful thing to, like, have something that I see every day, all day, that just makes me think of them and makes me think of everything that I hope for them, and that I always, you know, I always want to encourage them, and I want them to continue to wish and grow and, you know, carry on this beautiful journey. And so I really love that I have that. So that's my story about why I got this tattoo. I was really shocked that it didn't hurt. I was so scared. I was like, okay. I was so scared about everything. It was just the weirdest feeling, because I kept looking at my wrist. I'm sorry. I kept looking at my wrist on the way, and I was like, it won't look like that anymore. There will always be something there. Okay. And here's the other thing. On my way home, I cried. First of all, I loved it when... Okay. I loved it when she got done with it. I was so happy. I took a picture. I sent it to my mom and my sisters, and they were freaking out. They loved it, and it was exactly what I wanted. It couldn't have been more perfect. The only thing is that I've always wanted a white tattoo, but I thought you could only do like a very like simple, like a heart or like something very simple. And as she was doing my tattoo, I was so nervous. If I wouldn't have been so nervous, I probably would have asked her before we got this far. But while she was doing it, I said, I love white tattoos. I've always wanted one. Could you have done this in a white tattoo? And she said, yeah. And I was like, I should have gotten this white, because then it would be like a fluffy little white petal from a dandelion. And I kind of got a little bit sick to my stomach wishing that it was white. And I was like, oh no, I made a mistake. Why was I so nervous? I should have asked her about that. And so then I kind of like had this little bit of regret that I didn't talk to her about that. And I was kind of sad, because the other thing is then people wouldn't really notice. I wouldn't have to feel like I was being a bad example, but I could still have that on my wrist. Now I don't know how I feel. I still feel like it would have been super cute white, but they also like fade super fast and you can't always see them. And she said that they're super unpredictable. So I don't regret having it in black, and I kind of like love seeing it, and I love when people ask me about it and I get to tell them what it means to me and talk about my kids. And so I definitely don't have the regret of not getting it in white, but I still think that it would have been really beautiful in white. Does that make sense? So anyways, I had this sick feeling because I was still so worried about so many things. On my way home, I cried. I cried on the way home. Not like for a long time, but just like, I just felt like, I think mostly because I had so much stress on my way down, and then I was thinking about how I wish that it was white. I just think it was a lot of emotion that I was finally, like, I had done it. I felt kind of proud of myself. I felt a lot of emotions and I just started crying. And then it took me a couple of months, and I definitely like tried to hide it from the vlogs, but it was the winter time, and so I was wearing long sleeves, and if it showed in the vlogs, then I just edited around it so that you couldn't really see it, just because I wasn't ready to hear people's comments or judgment, and I was really worried about that. And so I was grateful that I was able to kind of hide it until I was ready. And now that it has been a few months, I really love it. I actually made an appointment, was it in, I think in January, and I had an appointment to get this one touched up and then to get 2 or 3 more. It was for the beginning of April. So obviously with everything going on, I canceled. I do plan on getting more, just little ones. I just like the little simple ones. I don't know. I know everyone sees tattoos differently and has different opinions, but that's just how I feel. I think if you want a tattoo, get a tattoo. I do think that you should think about it, and I do think that you need to make sure to look into the person that you're going to. If you do live in Utah, or Idaho or anywhere near Utah, I'll leave the information for the girl who did mine. Again, it was like a single needle, so her work is beautiful. You can follow her on Instagram too if you just like seeing tattoos. That's actually how I found her. I will take you guys along next time. I won't be so nervous that everyone will think I'm a terrible person. I have had a lot of people, like I said, ask me about it and ask me to tell the story about why I have it and why I got it and what it means and what it is, and I've had a lot of people reach out and tell me that they think that it's beautiful, and I haven't gotten any rude comments. So that makes me so happy, because like I said, I just worry so much about being a bad example. I don't think getting a tattoo is being a bad example, me personally, but like I said, I was shocked by the amount of messages I got and by what they said. I was literally shocked. I did not see it coming, but I think that it has made me a little paranoid about what I do. If you want to get a tattoo, go for it. Anyways, let me know if you want to see more story times. I'm so sorry if this was like scrambled. I knew that kids would be coming in and out, and you know, it's a little crazy around here lately. I hope that you guys are all doing good. Let me know if you have a tattoo and what it is. Let me know if you thought about getting a tattoo. Let me know. I know I have a couple of friends who got tattoos when they were younger, and they have either gone through the process of having it removed or have had them removed. I would also love to hear, like I said, if you guys would like to hear any story time videos. I was thinking with it'd be fun to do some story time videos with Casey talking about like dating or what, you know, it was like when we first got married. That would be a lot of fun. I love talking about stuff like that with Casey too. And those are my favorite conversations to have, because it like gives you that butterfly feeling that you had when you were dating, or like that first year of marriage. And it's just so fun to talk about those things. And then any video, any story times with the kids, I guess it's just would be just like answering one question. We have talked about doing some fun Q&As where we were actually like getting ready or making something or doing a craft and doing a Q&A with each kid like that. So anyways, we have a lot of ideas. I feel like I'm constantly thinking of different videos and different things that I want to do. Usually all of these ideas come to me when I hit the pillow at night to go to bed, and then my brain just starts going. So this side of my brain that's like creative and like coming up with all these ideas is going crazy, and I get so excited and I want to do all these things, and I have all these lists, and it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to connect with you guys in a different way, and I'm going to bring all this new content. It's going to be incredible. And I think of things to do here on YouTube and on, you know, Instagram and social media, and I get so excited, and either like a few minutes later or the next morning, sometime after I get so excited and motivated and inspired, this other side of my brain that I feel like is more fearful, is like, oh my gosh, but we have to do everything right, and we have to make sure that it goes like this, and that it's okay, and because you don't want to mess up, and it needs to be, you know, done the right way and look right, and we need to get these supplies, and we need to do this. And then I end up with lists of fun ideas and I don't get to them. So I'm trying to quiet that fearful part and just say, let's just go for it. I'm really grateful that when I started my YouTube channel that I had the opportunity that I had to actually just work with maker studios, which is no longer a thing, and to have the help that I had, because I am so that way with things like this. I'm so fearful that I don't know if I would have ever actually started my YouTube channel. I had wanted to years before I actually bought a camera. I had filmed a few things and I was freaked out. I was scared to learn how to edit. I was scared to put myself out there, and I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity that I had. And I'm grateful that I went to a VidCon right before I started, and Brittany Louise Taylor was speaking at like a little panel, and she said there is room for everyone here on YouTube. Even if, you know, if you're super funny, there's room for you. If you're super loud, there's room for you. If you're super quiet, there is a place for you. If you're super shy, there's a place for you. And I was so grateful to hear that, because I was surrounded by people who were hilarious, and they just had this presence about them that it was like they entered a room and it was just like, oh, there they are. And I've always been someone that's been like, oh, hey, you know, I'm just like good back here. So I don't know why I went off on this. Maybe someone needed to hear it, but if you are holding yourself back for any reason, try to push that fear aside. I know it's not easy, and I stopped myself from doing a lot of things that I really want to do still. Even though I've learned so much throughout the past 9 years of doing YouTube, I still hold myself back. So don't hold yourself back. Just do it. There's so many places where you can express yourself, and that is what I think is so beautiful, is just hearing where people are coming from and who they are and what they have to share. I really was scared that no one would want to listen to what I had to say, or, you know, that no one would want to watch me, or I'd be boring. And I do think that some people think that, and that's okay, but I do think that there are personalities like mine, or there are people who are, you know, we're all drawn to different people. I've always been drawn to people who were more outgoing, but then I'm also drawn to people who are like me. And I just think that it's a really beautiful place, and I've realized that even more through quarantine, that I'm so grateful for all of the personalities out there, and that we're able to connect in such a unique, amazing way. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the tattoo, but I don't know, hopefully someone needed to hear that, because that was definitely not a little rant that I had planned on going off on. But I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.